A new season is coming soon to Clash Royale, bringing a massive balance update and a bunch of cool new rewards. So here is everything you need to know. There are 12 cards in total being changed this balance update, addressing a bunch of the problem cards in the meta right now. So hopefully there is a nice little meta shift. The first round of balances will be a massive rework of all of the spawner buildings. Furnace, God Hut, Barbarian Hut, and the Tombstone are all getting a bit of a rework in this season update. Overall, they will all have less health and a shorter duration, but they will spawn units at a faster rate. For example, the Furnace here, his lifetime is going from 49 seconds down to 33 seconds. The spawn rate is going from 7 seconds to 6 seconds, and it'll also get 1 additional Fire Spirit upon death. And the health of the Furnace is being decreased by 17% as well. The Goblin Hut, however, is going from 40 seconds down to 31 seconds, and its spawn rate is going from 4.5 seconds down to 4 seconds, and the health is also being decreased by 17%. And the Barbarian Hut, lifetime going from 50 seconds down to 40 seconds, and the spawn rate going from 12.5 seconds to 10 seconds, and the hit points being decreased by 15%. Now the Tombstone change here is a bit of an interesting one. The lifetime is being decreased from 40 seconds down to 30 seconds, and it'll actually have a slower spawn rate going from 3.1 seconds to 3.3 seconds. However, it'll now spawn 2 skeletons at a time. So hopefully this round of changes and reworks to these spawner buildings fixes the major problems of spawner decks in the meta right now, which was encouraging heavily defensive gameplay that focused on stacking up those buildings. With the lower health and shorter duration, it'll be much harder to stack multiple spawner buildings in a battle, but with the increased spawn rate, hopefully they are still individually viable cards in Clash Royale. Now, in addition to the Furnace change, the Fire Spirit itself is also getting a bit of a nerf. The jump range of the Fire Spirit is being decreased by 20%. What this means is hopefully a few more range cards will have the ability to destroy the Fire Spirit before it jumps. However, it'll still be able to get to a tower if it is not answered. So what this means overall is the Furnace can still chip away at a tower if it's not answered, but it does give you a bit more counterplay potential to counter those Furnaces. Now the Executioner over here is getting a small little health buff, increasing his health by 5%. The Wrathful Girls are also getting a bit of a buff, making their attack speed 9% faster, so hopefully a nice little nudge to bring the Rascals more so into the meta. Now the Goblin Cage over here, currently one of the best buildings in the entire game. The building version of the Goblin Cage, its health is being decreased by 23%. Now the Mother Witch, another one of the strongest cards in the game right now, is also getting a bit of a nerf. The health of the Mother Witch is being decreased by 18%, which is a pretty significant change when it comes to interactions, because now you'll be able to destroy a Mother Witch with arrows and zap, so more spell counterplay potential for destroying the Mother Witch. It'll now have the exact same health as the Magic Archer. So hopefully this eliminates the need to have a Fireball in every single deck, and hopefully allows for a bit more variety in all the different meta decks. Now speaking of variety, the Tesla Tower, currently by far the strongest defensive building in the game, is also getting another nerf. If you remember last balance update, it was nerfed as well. The hit speed of the Tesla will now be 9% slower, so a pretty significant nerf to the DPS of that Tesla, currently one of the strongest buildings in the entire game. Now speaking of game over here, the Battle Ram is getting a bit of a buff. The connection damage the Battle Ram deals to your tower is being increased by a whopping 8%. So now it'll be a bit more rewarding getting that Battle Ram to a tower. In the current meta, the Battle Ram is significantly outshined by the Ram Rider, which has way more versatility with that snare attack. So hopefully this change is enough to bring the Battle Ram back into the meta. Now speaking of back into the meta, the Icy Boy, the Ice Wizard, has not been back in the meta for a very long time. Ever since it was nerfed, so it dies to a Fireball in one shot, it is seen absolutely no place at all in the meta. Well, I'm happy to report the Ice Wizard is getting an interesting buff over here. The Ice Wizard will now have a spawn effect similar to how the Electro Wizard does, but instead of being a zap, it'll be a cooling effect to go in with the theme of the Ice Wizard. So the spawn effect of the Ice Wizard is a bit different than the Electro Wizard in the fact that it does less damage and it does a slowing effect instead of the stun. Now, speaking of words over here, the last card being changed in this balance update is a buff for the Dark Goblin. The Dark Goblin's damage is being increased by 9%, which honestly is going to be an absolutely insane change because the Dark Goblin attacks so fast. Each attack dealing 9% more damage is going to start ramping up that damage much more quickly. And honestly, hopefully a little interesting change to bring that Dark Goblin more so into the meta. But those are the balance changes coming in the next season of Clash Royale. Spawner rework, Fire Spirit Chains, Executioner buff, Rascals buff, Goblin Cage nerf, Mother Witch nerf, Tesla nerf, Battleground buff, Ice Wizard buff, and the Dark Goblin buff as well. What do you all think? What are your thoughts and opinions of this round of balance changes? Let me know down below. But let's go ahead and now take a look at everything else new coming in the next season of Clash Royale. Now, the next season of Clash Royale will be called, as we all expect, the Clashmas season, and it'll take place in the Clashmas arena, and it'll also have a legendary book of cards on the free track of Pass Royale. We have 2 new tower skins coming in this season, the Archer Queen tower skin, part of the Pass Royale, and the Clashmas Tavern tower skin, which will be available in the shop. We have 3 new emotes as well, the Archer Queen emote in Pass Royale, the Firecracker emote in the shop, and the Spooky Hog emote, which will be available as a challenge reward. We also have 4 different boosted cards throughout this next season, 1 for every week of the season. Snowball, Hog Rider, Barbarian, and the Inferno Tower are the boosted cards of the Clashmas season. And to finish it off, we also have 12 days of Clashmas coming later on in the month of December, giving everyone a free reward in their shop just for logging in every single day during the 12 days of Clashmas. These rewards will range from gold, chest, wild cards, and even a super lightning chest as well. So honestly, I'm happy to see that. Hopefully you are as well. But that is everything new coming in the next season of Clash Royale. Balance changes, free rewards, new skins, new emotes, and the Clashmas arena as well. What do you all think of the new season? Are you excited? What are your thoughts on the balance changes? Let me know down below. But that is the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more Clash Royale videos, and we shall see you all in the next one.